Alright, Shalom Akim Kahalayim La Yahabashim Yashabashim Hakudash and double honest to greatest apostles. Fadia Shah for the strength and all to make this video. And Yartazah, they'll find it edifying and exhorting. And yeah, just to continue on, this is the part 3 to that video that I named Moab is the testing ground. So I read this precept, I'm gonna read it again in the previous part 2. This one's the part 3 now. Ecclesiastes 2:11. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Hold on, what did I press now? There was no profit under the sun. So of course, really, it's all vanity and vexation of spirit, despite Moab having his pride and trusting in his works. So back to Jeremiah 48:7. For because thou hast trusted in thy works and in thy treasures, thou shalt be also taken, and Chemosh shall go forth into captivity with his priests and his princes together. So of course all these names also reference to Moab as well, especially here Luhith, or a name, all that is just referring to places of Moab as well. So verse 8, it says, and the spoiler, hold on. Let me get to another key part. Jump down to verse 16 now. Because really, it's all based on the destruction of Moab. But yeah, so this is Jeremiah 48 and verse 16. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. It's true, yeah, the Most High is judging them also, especially with these earthquakes that can happen. I think there was one that happened earlier on this year in the land of Moab as well. So they're getting judged too, man. And it's just increasing. Now, verse 17, Jeremiah 48:17, it says, all ye that are about him, bemoan him, and all ye that know him, his name, say, how is the strong staff broken, and the beautiful rod? Yeah. Everyone just saying Moab's going to be the next superpower. No. Moab's got something that he's going to need to deal with, that the Most High is going to send to him. A major judgment here. And speaking of testing grounds as well, this is Psalm 60 and verse 8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. So it says Moab is my washpot. When you break down what a washpot is used for, it's used for cleaning, man. It's used for cleaning, in order to remove dirt from, in order to remove dirt from, from the dishes that you use. It says here pots, household utensil. It says thorn, hook, briar, hooks, thorn. Let's see what else is there. It says a pot as well to boil up. It says from primitive root meal to boil up. So of course the Most High is also using Moab as well, which really is that the Most High is using Esau to then use Moab, as a testing ground for the MOTB as well. When the time comes, Moab is quite close to actually having that as a part of society, man, especially their social credit score and whatnot. Eventually, all they need to just add is just, okay, that implant. And then it's closer than you can even perceive. Which really, we're in that time anyways. They're just taking it a step further. Especially with the digital ID you got over here in the UK. And I believe America, they got their Apple ID as well, which is really a digital version of the passport. But nevertheless, these are stepping stones to the final destination, which is the MOTB. Well, in terms of Esau's kingdom, the MOTB, the implant. So the point is, it's like a testing ground, man. Whatever you gotta do, whatever dirty work you gotta do, you do it in the land of Moab. Moab is my washpot. So I guess that's one perspective that you can see here. Because Moab's really doing the dirty work here in terms of, alright, let's use Moab to test things out, man. With this hand payment and all the technological advancements You know, they're gonna be finished anyway. They're gonna be finished anyways. Let's cover this video. This is done already. This is done. The point is that it's a step closer, man. It's a step closer. You know. And this let me even check this guy's channel. Hold on. Go to the latest videos. Yeah, man. In terms of the technology that they got, you know, got the cars here as well. Which the cars are, yeah, they're on another level compared to America, man. Their cars are on another level. They got self-driving cars already working. I remember watching this one too. You know, got the airports and yeah, Moab is there, man. That's why he's prideful too. You know, Jeremiah 48 talks about his destruction, man. So read, he's just a testing ground. You know, do all the dirty work, test things out. You know, remove all the bits that Esau don't want, that the Most High don't want. You know, to further the MOTB system. So yeah, it's just a testing ground, really. All right, where was that? Let's get into this video now. This one's from Sky News Australia. As it says in the title, covered in blood, China creates robot wolves to fight alongside their soldiers. You know, over here they're called the robot dogs, or I say over here, Boston Dynamics, you know, the robot dog, as well as over there in America. That's the company investing in them. Moab got their own version too. Let's play it.
I'm going to show you something that should make you even more alarmed, that our own army is short of even ammunition being bled dry by the Albanese government. It's also something that should make you even more worried that this government is also making electricity supplies so shaky and expensive that there is no way that we will get ahead in artificial intelligence, which needs so much electricity that companies like Microsoft, which are getting into it, plan to have their own nuclear reactors. Now, you might have thought it cute when China revealed it had dancing robots. I mean, so advanced. But did you really think that China was developing robots just to dance? This year, a Chinese company unveiled a robot that can also do kung fu, that potentially can fight. And last week, China's People's Liberation Army released a video of army exercises. And look at the stars. Robot wolves, armed and fighting alongside human soldiers. Now, China first unveiled.
Yeah, man, so if you're seeing it for yourself, you got flipping humanoid-based robots getting taught kung fu, getting trained for kung fu. You got also the robot wolves that have gun attachments to them as well, as you can see here. You know, so Moab's ready for war, man. Moab is ready for war, and that Moses has put that confidence within him as well. You know, especially when facing Babylon the Great, which, you know, that World War III as well, the third woe. You know, in the Valley of Yehoshaphat, as it says in Joel 3. That's where all the heathens are gonna gather, and then they're gonna be made toast, for lack of a better term. Which literally, yeah, you know, they're gonna be fighting, and then they're gonna see Yehoshaphat chariots, and they're gonna start shooting in vain. Let's see. Alright, I'll read verse 1, but the point is in verse 2, and I think there's another verse as well. Okay, so it wasn't there, hold on. Alright, that's also another one too. Alright, from verse 12 to about verse 14 as well. So this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 1 to 2. For behold, in those days, in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment, or Jehoshaphat, Yahweh's judgment. Jehoshaphat, again going to the root word Yehoshaphat, which means the Most High's judgment, Yahweh's judgment. I will plead with them, and therefore my people, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So of course that's the valley of decision. Let's jump down to verse 12, I think. I'll start from verse 10. Joel 3 and 10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. You know, these other weaker nations holding also nuclear missiles as well. For instance, India, Pakistan as well. You know, they're going to be using those against Babylon too. So that's when they can declare themselves as strong. Even Moab with their technological advancements in terms of robotics and artificial intelligence. You know, that's when they're going to get that pride as well, as we read in Jeremiah 48. So Joel 3 and 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. O Lord, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, and for the harvest is ripe. Come and get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. You see that place, you know, where they're going to fight World War III, which is the Middle Eastern area. For the day of the Lord Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. You know, so heathens are going to be judged. You know, so you got the judgment of America, but you also got the judgment over there too, for those who are going to fight in the Third War, which is reference to World War III. Alright, second. Well, yeah, I need to do part 4 now, because of the 15-minute recording limit. So Revelation 11 and 14, the second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly. The war represents World War. So World War II has happened, World War I has happened. Now the third World War is about to happen, man. So yeah, you know, things are stirring up. So yeah, Shalom, you know, Yahbashim Yishah Brakatha, and once more double honest to the groups of apostles and elder bishops. I'll continue with the part 4 as well. So Shalom.